nobody wants to talk about.
He was an advocate for sexual freedom and the First Amendment, and he really did believe he owned these women.
There's some things that never saw the light of day.
I didn't realize that getting into the Playboy world was a dangerous choice.
He didn't want people to know what was really going on.
I have extensive electronic equipment in the house, which includes videotape equipment. Sometimes things happen in the bedroom.
It was a beautiful world. It looked that way, but it was really ugly.
When you get someone that powerful, anything could happen. Anything.
I wouldn't trade places with anyone else in the world.
His legacy should comprise the whole story.
The people who are really there, they're the ones who know the real truth.
Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there, onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, alone one of you brothers be edified. And the reason I put this up, because of this particular article, which I sent to the chat through, it's a deprived Playboy founder accused of bestiality and grooming. Out of all things that caught my attention, which Hugh Hefner is, how can I say, an American pastime or American sweetheart, so to speak. He's the epitome of America. When you think of the good old days of America, you think of Hugh Hefner and the time that this old white man has all these young, beautiful women just loving him and so forth. See, America is a sexualized place, and he's one of the founders of doing it. Now, I digged a little. I was trying to look because Hugh Hefner and him, he's one of the main persons that started the whole entire, of course, he's the Playboy guy, and then you have, what's his name? As soon as I can remember, the guy who created Hustler, they had a movie about that in the 1990s. Woody Harrelson played him, Larry Fent, yeah. And all these people that actually moved the needle, so to speak, to this debauchery of today, okay? And yes, when you see it says even Bill Cosby's name showed up in the explosive documentary, which paints Hugh Hefner as a predator. They always gotta throw somebody in there, especially a Jake, because Bill Cosby goes way back. All right, but there's a reason why the scripture says the things that they say about him, about Esau, Edom. All right, and which is nothing new. I'm not surprised. It was just I didn't know this was coming out. So I ended up watching some of the episodes. They didn't really talk about it, but this article says a lot. It's from RT. It says, Playboy, I'm just going to read a little bit of it too, by the way. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner may have passed on in 2017 at the age of 91. So 91 years this man has been protected. And when you watch the documentary, you see why he was being protected. It says, but there are still plenty of people with much to say about the man. Evidence in a new documentary in which he is accused of everything from sexual assault to bestiality. All right, this guy is supposed to be the guy that represents Esau, that walks around with a bathrobe with a whole bunch of women, any woman that he wants, black, white, all sorts of women come to him, and this guy was. Yes, bestiality. Yes. This is exactly why we say the things that we say about Esau, Edom. All right? This is exactly why. It says 10-part A&E documentary series entitled Secrets of Playboy, which premieres on Monday night, which was tonight, features many figures from Hugh Hefner's life, including former Playmate models as well as ex-girlfriend Sandra Theodore, who described the infamous cigar-smoking, pajama-wearing media mogul as a predator who groomed young women, which that's that part. They just like to placate the part of same thing they did with Epstein and everything like that. These women, they was well aware of their behavior, all right, or what they was getting themselves into. So when you watch it, you'll see what I saw some of it, and it kind of annoys you because they always want to play that victim role. Oh, I didn't know no better. You're grown, okay? But this, I don't care about none of that. Here's the part. Theodore herself said she began dating Hefner when he was 50 and was 19. She said she plowed him with alcohol when she was underage, under legal age, and later introduced her to drugs. Perhaps the most shocking claims is Hefner supposed to prefer later in life for the company of animals. And he said, I walked on him with my dog and said, what are you doing? I was shocked. Theodore told the New York Post, claiming she caught Hefner performing sexual acts with an animal and made it seem like it was just a one-time thing and that he was just goofing off, but I never left him alone with my dog, which that shows you that that's Esau, all right? Like I said, I'm going straight to the scriptures because y'all can watch the rest of the thing on that clown, which he's one of the biggest sexual predators that was out there, but he was a hero in the sight of many. Well, everything about Esau is being exposed, all right, and he's going back to his natural state. Job 30, and this is why the scriptures are there. Everything is before our time was written for our learning, not only of great men in the scriptures, but also the vile people and the characteristics of a true devil. All right, it says Job 30 and 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I will not disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock. Showing that when Job was going through the things that he was going through, even a low base man as Esau, Edom, who is known for sexually assaulting animals, was looking down at him. All right, that he said he wouldn't even disdain to have set with his dogs, because why? They will pop them. All right, the same thing this woman just said. Let me go back to that thing. It says, I walked on him with my dog, and I said, what are you doing? I was shocked. Might I add, Hefner's reputation. The man with a bathrobe or pajamas walking around his mansion with a cigar pipe in his mouth. Okay? Have all sorts of women. Young women. Good looking women. And this is what one of his girlfriends caught him doing. It says, what are you doing? I was shocked. Theodore told the New York Post, claiming she caught Hefner performing a sexual act with an animal. And he made it seem like it was just a one-time thing, and that he was just goofing off. But I never left him alone with my dog again. All right? And this is exactly what Job said. Okay? He would not even leave his dogs with those people. It says, where two? Yes, sir, yeah, where two might the strength of their hands profit me, and my old age was perish. From want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in the former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mellows by the bushes and juba roots for their meat. All right, they will eat anything. And Esau like to cover this part of their history. It's not millions of years ago. This is right around the corner. All right. They was always in a dark state because these are people that's low men. It says they were driven forth among men. They cried after them as after a thief. All right, so they was driven forth among men. Who's those men? Those men were men of civilization, men of color. All right. They was driven away because why? This man is the devil, and we don't say so-called white man is the devil because he just looks like the way he looks. No, his characteristics speak for itself, and his history speaks for himself. His acts. He's a natural born thief. He will steal anything from anybody, from your clothes, for the last dollar in your pocket. All right. He steals identities. He steals continents. He steals everything. But at the same time of him stealing, he will do the most vilest things on the planet Earth on people. All right. And one of the vilest things that any man can do is bestiality. It says to dwell in the clefts of the rocks. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. So that proves what a father shadow of a doubt is talking about the so-called white man. Because what do they call themselves? Caucasians. All right. Caucasian means somebody that dwells in the rocks. Okay. It says among bushes they brayed, meaning they couldn't talk. Under the nettles they was gathered together. They are children of fools, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So these are children of fools, children of base men, the lowest form of men. All right. So what the Most High did with these children that was low, these low base men, he allowed them to shave off their beards, to shave off their backs, shave off their chest, put a 3-piece suit, get educated. All right, by men. All right. John Hyrcanus, all right, gave them laws, statutes, and commandments so they could better themselves. And now that they think that they're better, this is what they do. So simultaneously, as they're acting like they're better than everybody else, their basic form is always the same. All right. These are the most vilest, wickedest people on the planet Earth. Now, Hugh Hefner was known for having this mansion. There was even an episode in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air of and what was that? Hillary? Yeah, her name was Hillary, and she was approached by Hugh Hefner to take pictures. And you had Will Smith and I think his cousin. They went to the Hugh Hefner mansion. So Hugh Hefner was trying to fix his profile, so to speak, in order to be more acceptable, because it was really sort of a secret things that he was doing in public. All right, because with Esau, the sexual revolution really started with him. So here it is, he's showing that he loves women, but as he's showing that he loves women, what is he doing? He's popping animals, man. All right, he's popping animals. This shit is fucking sick. And I'm not shocked. Even it's not a shocking deal, but it's showing that right now what the Lord is doing. Let me get that real quick. Just I'm gonna make this short. I don't have to go that deep with this. Isaiah 47. I believe it's 47. Yeah. Isaiah 47, and I saw that too. Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, that shame should be seen. And right now, the shame of Esau is being seen still, because we're in a time period of the great revealing. All right, which is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I believe I'm just going to the point. 9? No, sorry, gotta go up. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Alright? Who is the Lord's mouthpiece? The prophets. Who else the Lord is using? The Lord is using everything of creation, showing the vile acts of Esau. Alright? Showing who he is truly. The world to see who he is. Okay? And then when you watch the documentary, they'll tell you basically it was like a cult and everything like that. They couldn't go out, which, they saw the trailer of it and all that good stuff. But like I said, all these things is happening, with these Edomites and these women claiming this, that, to the third. A lot of the times, man, let's be real. These are grown adults that want to play victim. All right? That's what it is. But what the real things are they saying, they're not telling us is all the children, all the sacrifices they're doing, all these wicked deeds that they're doing. All right, they're just showing the fluff. And right now, the Lord is revealing everything about Esau right before he takes him out. And at one point, we all knew Hugh Hefner was going to get his. That they went after Epstein, they went after Cosby, they went after R. Kelly. And Esau, that's another thing. Esau loves to keep certain things as to blackmail certain celebrities. So that's why he had all these rooms and people just popping women and doing a whole bunch of vile things one towards another, because there's more things to it. Of course, a lot of homosexuality was going on in there too. So the Lord's revealing all these works that Esau has done. He's doing, man. Because we in that time of the great reveal. The truth is really being revealed right now. So, something real quick. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Lord, one of you brothers is edified. And two sisters. There's going to be more things about this man coming out. That's proving that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. In one way or another, he always returned back to his natural state. Which is what? A beast. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.